Hello, everybody, and welcome to our last day of the 20-day streak of streaming every single day about immigration, answering your question. Today is the last day of the 20-day run, but of course, we will come back to regular scheduling of streaming twice a week. As you know, we were doing this celebration of our 20-year anniversary of the law firm, and we'll have obviously other surprises for you moving forward in the next few weeks. But this was interesting because we were able to connect with many of you, answer a lot of questions, share stories with our clients, and it was a really interesting experience. And this is also something that we are going to be talking today about immigration reform. Is it going to happen in 2024? You see the bills that are being proposed. There's a lot of pushback against what's happening. So a lot of immigration, especially for stopping people coming in here. So let's talk about it. Once again, let me know where you're from, and welcome all of you here. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you are watching this. This is right now on YouTube, Facebook, our Facebook group, and on Instagram as well. I'm going to join with our TikTok community in a few minutes as well. So welcome, everybody. We've got India, Texas, Jamaica, the Philippines. Here we go. Philippines. Excellent. So it's been a pleasure, obviously, streaming every single day. Kind of got used to it now. But we will continue, and we'll let you know about our schedule, about our usual posting schedule. Let's add our TikTok viewers as well who are joining in right now. And we'll talk about the possibility of immigration reform in 2024. You can obviously start posting your questions. We're doing a lot of videos about the movement of visas and which categories people are waiting, where the delays are. A lot of people are joining us now also on TikTok. So welcome. Let us know where you are tuning in tonight, and you can drop your questions, and we'll start answering. As I said, it's day 20 of our 20-day live streaming, and it's been just pretty cool, interesting to connect with many of you. Issues that are happening, and it was just nice to see all the issues that people have, and a lot of the questions that you're asking. So a lot of people have the same issues, delays in 601A waivers, the wait times for VAWA cases. People are tired of waiting for asylum, for the hearings. It just, we'll be addressing all the questions, getting a bunch of you on video. If you want to ask questions, especially if you're watching this on TikTok, you can, get in line to watch the video or post your questions. I can see a lot of people that are coming here every day and watching the lives. I recognize a lot of your names as well. So it's nice that people are, literally, we've been doing this every single day for 20 days. I'm coming on live at the same time on YouTube, on TikTok, and hopefully I can get as many questions as I can today. And then I'll let you know about our new streaming schedule that will be every single week. And obviously we'll get to your questions in a second. So if you want to join us on video on YouTube, I'm going to post the link right now, and you can join on video. And the same thing on TikTok. If you want to join us, line up, and you can request to join on video, and I'll get you in. Um, and also let me know where you are watching this from. There's a lot of people that are here. All right, let's see. We've got Tony on TikTok is asking, can an overstay apply for EB3? Typically, no, because an overstay, you are required to leave the country. You have to go overseas, and so you can't do that. Um, Florian is asking, is it safe to travel with advanced parole? As long as you travel for the purpose of your advanced parole, it's fairly safe. It's fairly safe to travel. Augustin has questions about the E2 visa. Feel free to ask questions about the E2 visa and just drop the questions and I'll answer them. Carbona is asking, what are the requirements to change from a J1 to a tourist visa? You just have to show that you have enough funds to stay here as a visitor, and then you can switch from a J1 to a tourist visa. They want to make sure that you're not gonna work, so you have enough money to stay here. Hey Lisa, Jennifer, Eddie, all the usual faces that we see every day. I appreciate it. What are requirements to petition for my son? You have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to make sufficient income to petition your son. Anibal is from Los Angeles. Is there anything for undocumented included in this bill? That's a good question. So I mentioned yesterday, I talked about the new Senate bill. We went through it. I'm making a YouTube video about it, a very detailed one. But essentially, the bill doesn't address, it doesn't really have any remedy for somebody who's undocumented. That's why I'm saying that I feel like there's going to be a second type of bill, something specific for undocumented immigrants, because this particular bill doesn't address the ones that are undocumented in the United States. It's mostly for people that are in legal status. It gives work permits to the people on visas for their spouses. It addresses people that are in the backlog. It's going to add more visas to the backlog categories, but it's not really, the bill didn't address DACA, completely ignored DACA applicants, and there was nothing for the people that are currently undocumented in the United States. So that's why I'm hoping there'll be like maybe another bill that's going to address it. Ms. Espinal, I have 20 years in the country. I have DACA. Is it possible to become a U.S. citizen? So as long as you have DACA, you'll need to find another way to process your green card. It has to be maybe through to family sponsorship or an employer, depending on when you got your DACA. Let me see here. Jushi says, yes, yeah, this is from our system. The Clear Grow is our system. And if you got it from our team, that means that you contacted our team and they send you an email with further information. That is from us, correct. Denian is asking, if I applied for asylum and I got married to someone after 1 year, can my partner get the work permit too? It depends at what stage of the process you added your partner. It's not always possible to be added to the, depends on what stage. Question here on YouTube from Vasu. How long does it take for kids to apply for their parents? I-130, how long does it take? So the kids have to be 21 and older to be able to apply for their parents. All right, let's see. If the bill you were talking about is going to be approved tomorrow, when would it be implemented? Would it save me, who's currently on the E2 visa as a dependent? So it might have some provisions for you for E2 as a dependent. But even if the bill is going to be approved tomorrow, they're voting about it tomorrow, it still has to pass the House. Don't forget that the bill goes through the Senate, then it has to go through the House. The House has to have a similar version of the bill, and then it will go to the president to sign. So it's even if it passes tomorrow, it's not going to be effective until it goes through the House, its own version, and then the president will sign it. Unfortunately, I don't believe, Eddie says, unfortunately, I don't believe in immigration reform anymore. Every election year, the same thing happens on both sides. I feel like they use to get votes. I mean, I agree with you guys. I think that the reason they're pushing this immigration right now, pushing this bill right now, thanks, Sanu, is because, November is coming up. They want to show that they're doing something about it. This bill has a lot of things in it. It's part of the budget that they're building for Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan. So it's not a specific immigration bill only. It's kind of called a border protection thing, which it's done intentional because they need to make sure they have enough votes. They need 60 senators to vote for this thing to pass. But I agree with you. I mean, I think a lot of it is because it's election year. I mean, I don't know how sincere they are to actually pass something. And they also need to address DACA and people who are here, the 15 million people without documents in the US. That hasn't been addressed in the bill. And there's a reason behind it, because if they would address unlawful immigration in the United States, all the people that they mentioned in the bill, they have legal status. People that are here on visas, they're going to be able to get work permits for their dependents. People that are here and kids who are going to be aging out, they're going to be creating status. So it's kind of like rewarding people that are here legally, but they haven't addressed anything about those that have no status, and that was done on purpose. So Rocco is asking, what are the most I lost your question here. What are the most common reasons for a perm labor certification and green card to be denied? The most common reasons for it is that either the job doesn't match the requirements of the employer, or sometimes the salary is inconsistent with what the Labor Department is asking. And biggest issue is that a lot of people that are trying to be like if U.S. citizens are trying to apply, they're not able to justify the hiring of U.S. citizens, so they'll just deny the perm. Neil 5959. My husband got approved for the 45-40 case. When will he get his green card? So if the 45 was approved, then it should be within probably within a year, because if the case is going through court, it might be it might take longer. I-130 has been approved 40 days ago. When the I-45 will be approved? 45 is taking obviously longer. It might take another year or so. So I would be patient about that. All right, let's see. We have a lot of comments here on our YouTube channel as well. Can you please give us an update about the Manila Embassy? I'm a mother of U.S. citizen in DQ last January 2023. So Manila, like I said, they're working on routine visa scheduling. However, they are still backlogged. And if your document you complete in 2023, most likely you might get an interview at the end of 2024. Thanks, Leslie. Possibly early 2025, because they're still working on cases from 2022. That's Manila. It's a tough one. King is asking, can you change from the B2 visa to H2B? Yes, it is possible, as long as they have enough visas and as long as your B2 can last long enough for you to stay legal in the country. Remember, if you want to switch from a tourist visa to any other status, you need to have enough time to stay legal to be able to do that. Mahasen is asking, I'm on F1 visa, last semester citizen, fiance here, but we have a marriage, but we will marry after 1 year. How can I stay? Well, you're gonna have to continue going to school. If you don't want to marry your fiance fast, you have to go to school. You have to stay on in legal status to be able to stay in the country. Donald is asking, how much is your consultation fee? So those of you watching on TikTok, the best thing to do if you want to get in touch with me is go to my profile. There's a link in the bio, or there's a phone number listed there. Just text it or use the link, whatever is easier for you. Text is quick. Link, for those of you that don't want to text, but use that, and then get in touch with me, and it will tell you all the fees. Can you overstay on ESTA, or can you extend ESTA? You cannot. ESTA is the privilege that Europeans get when they enter the United States. So unfortunately, you cannot extend the ESTA or overstay it. All right, I think we have Edward here on YouTube who wants to ask a question on video. So Edward, how are you? Where are you from? And what is your question?
So I'm from Palm Springs.
Okay.
And my question is, you had touched on a couple of the embassies that aren't listed as some of the slowest ones the other day, and you had made mention about Nairobi.
Correct.
Well, my wife is waiting for an interview at that Nairobi embassy. She's from Kampala, but
Okay.
East Africa, everything in East Africa is done in Nairobi. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you if we have been documentarily qualified since late October 2023. How much longer do you think we will be waiting? And I'm a citizen.
So October 2023, I think right now they're taking about 8 months after the DQ in most of these, especially in this embassy. So I'm thinking maybe summer of 2024, they'll schedule you guys. I'm hoping. Um, I mean, it's better than many other embassies, but I don't think you'll get anything before the summer of 2024 based on this. Have you tried to expedite?
I've tried. They're not accepting it. I did get expedited at USCIS, but the NVC denied my same reason. But I did have to go to, I was filing several times, and then I got help from my congressman, and they were able to push it through at USCIS, which obviously saved us a lot of time. But
For sure.
this level is definitely taking longer than the USCIS level took. The I-130 our I-130 was approved in like June, and we filed it in April of 2023. So the expedite helped. It helped a lot.
Excellent. So you already had a little bit of the game, but I think by summer you guys should be able to get interviewed in that particular post.
Awesome. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
That's good luck.
Take care.
Yeah, it's so frustrating to wait for these embassies to schedule your cases, and it's just it's not fair, obviously, but I guess they're doing what they can. Diana is asking about the embassy in Ankara. Ankara is definitely very much behind. It's about a year wait in most cases there, especially green card holders. Patty is asking, can my son use his US passport to submit my petition? He lost his certificate of naturalization. Yes, he can. He doesn't. Yes, he can use his passport. He doesn't need the certificate. As long as they can verify that he's a citizen, he can file. Betty is asking, are you a lawyer? Yes, I am a lawyer, and we are celebrating 20 years of anniversary of our practice. That's why we've been streaming every single day. And again, there's a lot of people who are here for the first time, especially on our TikTok. Shiraz, I will respond to your comment, but I have a lot of comments, so I can't really see yours. But post it again. Post it multiple times so I can see it. But I apologize if I didn't see your comment. That's not because I ignore you, just because we get a lot of the screen. But those of you that are here for the first time, please follow my page and also share the live. The 3 dots at the bottom of this thing. You can share it so more people can see it. And I appreciate all of you. And again, many of you asking how to get in touch with me. Like I said, it's going to be 20 years in our practice this month. You can go to our profile on TikTok, and you're going to see a link. You can use that link to book, or you can just use the phone number that is listed there. Just use it. It's a text number specifically designed for you guys to use that number. And also, we have one for our YouTube followers. It is a number also for you to use to text if you want to book a consultation with us. Just click on it. Mention to us also if you use that text number on TikTok. Mention that you were in the live, and you'll get priority. And also the people who are watching this on YouTube, if you are texting this number, mention that you were on the live, and you will be prioritized for a consultation. Healthy U F4 processing time on USCIS official website is 43 months for F4. It's already been 60. I wouldn't rely on the processing times on USCIS. They're not accurate. And so I wouldn't rely on it. They're not accurate at all. And you just need to kind of push through it in terms of follow-up. But F4 categories is behind anyway, so there's no rush for you to get this approved. Anyway, guys, if you want to ask a question on video thanks, Morgan, I appreciate it. If you want to join us on video, request me on video. I'll add you in video. You can ask your question on video. I'll give you a priority. So feel free to join on video. Don't be shy. Put your camera on. Let's get a nice discussion going here. We've got Prisa on YouTube, who is going to ask a question. Prisa, where are you from, and what is your question?
Hi, so I'm from Cameroon.
Okay.
So I'm asking this question regarding my elder sister that just came here on a J1 visa.
Okay.
So my question is, can I file for her as her sibling?
Are you a citizen? You're a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen, but she came on a J1 visa for the Fulbright exchange scholarship program.
Is she subject to the 2-year rule? Does she have a 2-year rule on her J?
I don't know.
You have to ask her. So most people who come on a J1 visa, they have a 2-year restriction that they have to go back home. So make sure she doesn't have that restriction. But even if she doesn't have it, because you're a U.S. citizen, it's going to take over 15 years for you as a citizen to sponsor your sister. So she won't be able to stay here all this time. So you have to find a different way to keep her illegal in the country.
So can I file for an asylum then?
If she qualifies, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to discuss it, just like I said, use the number in my here, and we'll be happy to evaluate if she qualifies for asylum, of course.
Okay, perfect. And then I have one last question. So if she gets married here, like, does that one rule still apply?
Absolutely, yeah.
So definitely. So even if she gets married, she still has to like have like that 2-year where she has to get out of the country and then come back.
If she doesn't have the rule, she won't need to do it. Just make sure you look at her passport.
Okay, so like the rule on her passport.
If she doesn't have the 2-year rule, she can get married and she doesn't have to leave.
Okay, so I look for the 2-year rule on her passport.
It's on her visa, correct?
Her visa. All right. Okay.
Great. Of course. Thank you so much. Shafiq, on TikTok, yes, absolutely. You can get it. Just like I said, use the link. Use the text number on my bio, and then mention that you were in the TikTok, and you'll get your special. Definitely. Legend is asking how long are VAWAs taking. VAWAs are taking about. It's not taking over 4 years. Taking a long time right now. Let's see. Try to join. Not everybody can join because I think you have to have a certain number of followers to be able to join. But if you can, request me on TikTok and I'll add you. And the same thing on YouTube. You can ask and I'll add you. We've got Indianapolis here. We've got Philippines, New Jersey. We've got AK is asking, how do I apply for the H-1B visa? Today I recorded a visa. Today I recorded a video about the new rules for the H-1B visa. They changed completely a lot of things in the H-1B visa. If you're looking for a work opportunity, if you're looking to get a work visa in the United States, H-1B is the to do so. So you need to get a job offer first, AK, and get your employer to start the process of getting the H-1B visa for you. That's what you have to do. So you need to have an employer to be able to get the H-1B visa process. Let me see here. Islam is asking, apply for my husband in Pakistan. Any update on Islamabad? Islamabad, by the way, anybody who's watching this on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and TikTok, Islamabad is a very, very slow embassy. It is one of the worst right now. They're taking forever in many cases. Quite a few attorneys are suing them individually, including our law firm as well. It is possible to sue an embassy. You can sue an embassy if they're not moving fast enough. We're suing Islamabad. We're suing Manila, Mumbai. We've sued also Lagos. So it depends. If you have a case that is stuck in an embassy too long and you're not willing to wait, then we can file a mandamus lawsuit, and that helps with different embassies. It also can help with USCIS. If your case is stuck with USCIS, we can also sue them. It's not going to hurt you to sue them. They're not going to retaliate, but it's a very good form of, to take action. Michaela says, are the questions on the USCIS website accurate for the citizenship test? Yes, they are. They are the most up-to-date questions. Javier says his advanced parole was approved today. That's amazing. Appreciate it. How long does it take to get a citizenship from Southern California? It's about 10 months. It's about 10 months. Is there a way to block your spouse from traveling? So a few people ask me this question: can I report my spouse? Can I take away their green card? Can I stop them from traveling? I mean, you can't really do any of that. You can report somebody, and then the government will decide what they're going to do with them. But you don't have the power to tell the immigration what to do, to take away somebody's green card. So yeah, so you can't. That's something that you don't have the control about. Amber is asking, will we ever have anything like an amnesty we had in the 90s? I don't know if we're ever going to have an amnesty like we had in the 90s, but I think we're going to have something like a small piecemeal. Like, for example, they might do something for DACA. They might create, they might bring the registry back. But you're not going to have a sweeping amnesty. I don't think it's possible in this political climate. I mean, you can see even with this, even with this bill, you can see how difficult it is for them to process things. So I don't think that it's possible that we will have a full amnesty. Let me see here. Diana says, I'm a citizen. I'm waiting for 5 months to get an interview. Still nothing. And this is from Ankara. Like I said, Ankara is very slow, Diana, so don't be surprised that you have to wait that long. Sufini, expiring TN with approved EB2 national interest waiver. Priority date is not current. Can I extend my TN? Yes, you can. Yes, you can extend. Let's see here. You can extend your TN. Correct. So once again, if you guys are watching this right now, please, on TikTok, make sure you follow my account if you're here for the first time, and also share the live. Use the 3 dots at the bottom to share the live so more people can see it as well. All right. We've got here. Will the Senate pass the new DUI law for immigration since the House passed it? I'm going to make a separate video about it. What he's talking about is that the House passed a DUI bill. Essentially says that people that have DUIs or people that had DUIs, they won't be able to be qualified for green cards. It's pretty extensive. They're essentially trying to kind of uniform this whole DUI thing across federal law because it's different from state to state. So they're going to make it more difficult for people that have DUIs to qualify for green cards. I'm going to make a video specifically about that, probably maybe later today or tomorrow, explaining what it is and what you have to worry about if you have a DUI, or if you had a DUI and you passed, how it's going to impact your immigration. It will. There's a pretty good likelihood for it to pass the Senate as well. And if it does, it's going to make it quite hard to apply for green cards if you had a DUI. Any updates about EB3 jobs? Remember, for EB3 jobs, you do need a job offer from a U.S. employer to be able to do that. And that's the only way to qualify for EB3. You actually need a job offer. It's not just applying. I made the video about McDonald's hiring people. U.S. employers are sponsoring low-skilled labor. So these are people that don't have degrees, construction, hospitality, fast food service. They are not able to fill those positions. And so they're using the EB3 category to do that. But you need to actually get a job confirmation from them, and then they can help you with that process. They need to confirm that first. Let's see here. Can I petition for my step-parent if they are not married on paper? No, you're not able to do so. Also, the marriage needed to take place before the age of 18 to qualify as a stepchild on the immigration process. Can you expedite? My 360 expedite request was approved. Do I have to wait until they make a decision before I get a work permit? No, you don't. You can apply for it right now. More questions here on YouTube. Nura is asking, I'm an IR1 category U.S. citizen with a case pending in the National Visa Center since 7 months now. How to obtain the visa interview? Remember, if you're a U.S. citizen and you have a petition pending, it depends actually at which embassy, because you're not subject to the priority dates anymore, but you still have to wait for embassies to schedule interviews. Remember, consulates are different. They different options to process cases, and the National Visa Center cannot send your case to any embassy until the embassies will accept your case. Right now, the biggest issue and the reason why so many attorneys are suing those embassies is because a lot of these embassies don't give us a legitimate explanation as to why they're not scheduling interviews. There's absolutely no logical reason for them to sit and like we had the person that asked the question before from Nairobi. They're waiting for a long time already, and a U.S. citizen, for no reason, this embassy is not scheduling those interviews. They have the capacity. They are able to do it, but they're not. So that's why there's a lot of litigation going. There's a lot of lawsuits that we are organizing to try to push that process. So if you are stuck in an embassy or USCIS, do not forget that you have the option to file a lawsuit and to consider trying to move your case forward with the lawsuit. All right, so we answered that one already. We've got King Khan, as always, is here. Appreciate it, my friend. And King Khan tonight is the last day of the 20-day streak, but I'll be back obviously on a regular streaming schedule for you. Queen is asking, trying to file a petition for my adopted daughter. Do I need to get a second birth certificate since I did a name change? You need to use the document that you obtained when you adopted her, and that should be the one that immigration is going to need as well. Thanks, my friend. Late is better than never. Monira is asking, can an overstay pending asylee get EB5? And if the main applicant is asylum case, there's no more than the co-applicant. How do the other applicants get green cards? They'll get green cards through the U.S. Embassy. They don't have to be inside as long as they get approved. If the asylum overstayed, they're not eligible for EB-5 from inside the United States. They'll have to do it from outside. Giselle is saying, let's see here. Does a green card holder have to show proof of IRS payments when applying for citizenship? Yes, you have to show that you pay taxes, or and at least you don't owe taxes to be able to qualify for citizenship. Absolutely. All right. Munira is can overstay pending asylum. Oh, here it is. We have a question already. Okay, Freeze is asking, I came to the US recently by a border. Although I gave them my friend's address correctly, DHS wrote different address and gave me an appointment in another state. What should I do? So depending on the information you give them when you get arrested, that's when they schedule you for your hearings. If you want to change that, you're going to have to contact ICE to update the information so they can reschedule or update your court information. What if the petitioner has a DUI? Can they sponsor for a green card? That's fine. The U.S. citizen can have a DUI. It doesn't matter. It's mostly for the immigrant that now we're going to have an issue. Kat is asking, how long does a motion to reopen for I-45 is taking if you filed it through SIJS? It's taking over a year and a half right now. Motions to reopen and appeals, they're just very slow. Everything is kind of slow in the immigration system. That I always tell people, if you can refile, don't do a motion to reopen, just refile, because everything is very, very slow. Freeze is asking, I came to the United States recent. Here it is. We did this question right now. Lucky's asking, HR 6976 passed. And will they take my green card? Will Senate pass this law and go into effect? Are we going to deport green card holders? I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to do moving forward. They're talking about this new bill that passed in the House that essentially is going to make it very difficult for people that have DUIs to get green cards. They're not going to go after green card holders that already have the green cards. I can't believe that they're going to actually, I can't see them doing it, but it's going to impact people that are in the process or about to get their green cards. So don't worry about it. If you already have a green card, you should be fine. Edwin says, if my wife entered on a 2-week B2 visa and overstayed her I-94, and do we get married 90 days? Can we apply for adjustment? Correct. It doesn't matter that she overstayed. Remember, if you're a U.S. citizen and your spouse is in the United States and they overstay, then it's fine. As long as you marry her, you'll be able to fix her paperwork. So once again, Juliet is asking about in YouTube how to get in touch with me. So again, if you're watching this on YouTube, use the phone number right here on the screen. Just screenshot it, use it, text this number, let them know that you were watching the live, and they will help you with booking the consultation. And those of you on TikTok that are watching it, if you're watching it right now and you're here for the first time, please follow my account so you don't miss any of my videos. Just give me a follow. And also, if you need to get in touch with me, go to my profile. You'll see a link there. You use the link, or there's also a phone number there, a very simple text number. It's just a text number. Click it, use it, send a text, let them know you were on the live, and you will get a priority. Best is, I have an LLC. Can I sponsor my family members? Potentially, if they're in the status, and if they qualify for EB3 or an H-1B visa, then you'll be able to use your LLC to sponsor them, even if they're your family members. About overstay visa, I-130 was proof. Is your consultation fees vary from case to case? No, there's a set consultation fee, and there's case evaluations, which are different than consultations. But that's why you have to text the team, and they will let you know. If somebody gets deported, are they barred forever from the United States? No. Deportation is not a lifetime bar. It depends the reason why it happened. Most people on deportation are able to come back if they have a particular waiver. So not all deportations. Yeah. So I wouldn't worry about that. Let me see here. All right. Let me get some more of these questions here, guys. We have a lot of good questions here on YouTube. Mel is asking, is tonight your last live for the 20-day streak? Yes, but we'll be back probably. We'll be streaming regularly on Mondays and Thursdays. And we will continue with that. Okay. I have filed for my VAWA in May of 2021. Now it's 4 years and 8 months. Can I file for citizenship while my green card is pending? I mean, I would, in your case, I would definitely recommend for the green card to be a process before filing for citizenship. Now, in some cases, people that have 751, we have a lot of people that are asking about the new filing fees and all that. I've done a video about that, so just go back and check my videos about the new fee schedule, especially for those watching on YouTube. And also we have on my blog, we talked about the new filing fees. Let me see here. All right. And also people are asking about the new law for overstay. And I mentioned it before, it's not a new law, it's a policy. It's a UCIS policy. And what it is that, if you came here to the United States and you overstayed your status and you've been here for a while, and because there were circumstances beyond your control, maybe you couldn't get forms from UCIS on time, maybe your employer wasn't helpful and you fell out of status. So you'll be able to, if you have a way to come to a new status, you'll be able to refile and get back into status. And that could be possible today in terms of the way the new this new policy is working. So it can help obviously certain people, but I would be cautious again. Julian Juan is asking, what about religious workers, EB4? There's really no movement currently for EB4. So we have to see and what happens at the next visa bulletin. I think, like I said, I think at the end of spring, we will see some more movement in the visa bulletin, specifically on categories like maybe F2A, also F2B on the employment side, probably a little bit of EB3. I don't think EB4 is going to move much, but we'll see. I might be surprised. The process of refiling what? Just instead of doing an appeal. So basically, let's say if your adjustment is denied, instead of doing a motion to reopen or an appeal, just refile it, just resubmit the whole thing because it's going to be faster. Why is EB3 other workers categories not working? The reason is because it's not moving. It's because the whole system is really, really much behind right now. That's why it's not moving. What's the government plan for people that came here on advanced parole and the advanced parole, on the parole humanitarian programs, and what's going to happen with them. I mean, it depends on which country. A lot of these countries, a lot of these paroles might be extended. People will be able to stay longer and and apply for employment, and eventually be able to apply for green cards. I mean, it remains to be seen. Expect some more bills to be introduced. Sayani says, "I'm Trinidadian. Do you do consultations for Canadian, for my Canadian husband filing for me?" So if your question is if we do Canadian immigration, we don't. We work with a Canadian partner, and I'll be more than happy to connect you with him. It's just Shelly is asking, can you help us if we're in Michigan? Of course, like I mentioned before, it doesn't matter where you are in the United States. I can help you in all 50 states because immigration law is federal. And that's the reason why we are doing all these live streams, because we can speak to people from any state. Sometimes they don't have access to good immigration attorneys, and so being on the live here will be very helpful for you. Just contact. All you have to do is just use the link. Use the link in the bio or the phone number that is listed there. You can text this number and mention you on the live, and it's very easy to get in touch with us. And also, anybody who is here on TikTok and who is interested to join the live, you can request me and I'll add you, and you can ask me the questions. And for our YouTube viewers, this ends our live today. And this is the end of our 20-day live streaming every single day on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as TikTok. So for our YouTube viewers, we'll be coming back on a regular basis on Mondays and Thursdays. We'll be streaming on those days, and I'll be announcing it in the community with an announcement on YouTube. You'll continue to post your questions on our videos, and we'll be choosing those questions to create more content for you guys. But it's been a pleasure to be here every single day on our YouTube channel, and streaming with you, obviously, answering your questions, connecting with you, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. And we'll do more videos explaining movements for Indian nationals, EB visa categories, Filipinos, everybody who is stuck and visible and is anxious. We'll continue to make those videos. Obviously, you can see them on our YouTube channel, and of course, we'll keep doing our live streams on all the platforms. So that will be the end for tonight for our YouTube community, and we will be back again on for you guys on YouTube on next Monday. And we'll start again a new streak of streams, and I'll announce it as well, and a few other surprises as well. So once again, thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you the next time.